I had just gotten home from babysitting when the kid's mom called me screaming that I stole her $15,000 necklace and she was calling the police. For 3 years, I had been the Keller family's go-to babysitter, and I thought we had an unbreakable bond. The mom told all her friends about me, and I got half my other babysitting jobs because of her recommendations. I was actually saving the money for my first car and was only $800 away from my goal. Then everything collapsed with one phone call on a Tuesday afternoon when the mom accused me of stealing her grandmother's diamond necklace worth $15,000. She said I had 24 hours to return it or she was calling the police and pressing charges for grand theft. I kept trying to explain that I had never even seen the necklace, but she wouldn't let me get a word in. She said she already told all the other families in the neighborhood not to hire me and that my babysitting career was finished. When I tried to call back, she had blocked my number and I realized I was about to lose everything I had worked for over something I didn't even do. I told my mom everything, and she grabbed her keys and said, "We're going over there right now to sort this out." When we pulled into the driveway, the dad came outside before we could even get to the door and held up his hand. "Leave now or I'm calling the police for trespassing." My mom tried to stay calm and said, "There's been a misunderstanding and we just want to talk." He cut her off and said, "My wife watched your daughter go into our bedroom on the nanny cam and come out holding something, so there's no misunderstanding here." My whole body went cold because I had never set foot in their bedroom in 3 years, and I knew that footage didn't exist. My mom asked, "Can we please see the video?" And the dad laughed and said, "You can see it when the police show it to you in court." We drove home in silence, and my mom kept squeezing the steering wheel so hard her knuckles turned white. By that night, my phone was blowing up with texts from other families canceling babysitting dates because the mom had posted in the neighborhood Facebook group that I was a thief. One mom texted me, "I'm going to count all my jewelry and see if anything is missing from when you watched my kids." I couldn't eat dinner and I couldn't sleep because I kept imagining police showing up and dragging me out in handcuffs over something I didn't do. The next morning, my mom said, "We're going to the police station first and filing our own report before they twist this any further." I was terrified, but doing nothing felt worse than doing something. We walked into the station and asked to speak with someone about a false accusation, and the officer at the front desk made a phone call and looked up at us with a strange expression. The officer led us to a small room in the back and told us to sit down. He pulled out a folder and said, "We got a call from the Keller family this morning and they filed formal charges against you for grand theft." My mom started to protest, but the officer held up his hand. "Before you say anything, I need to tell you that we pulled all the security footage from their home." I felt like I was going to pass out because I knew I was innocent, but I also knew people went to prison for things they didn't do all the time. The officer opened the folder and slid a grainy screenshot across the table. "This is from the hallway camera outside the master bedroom on the night in question. Can you tell me who that is?" I looked at the image and my heart nearly stopped because it showed a figure walking out of the bedroom holding something, but the angle made it impossible to see the face clearly. My mom grabbed my arm and said, "Is that you?" But her voice was shaking like she wasn't completely sure. The officer nodded slowly and said, "We know, we enhanced the footage." He slid another photo across the table and this one was clearer. It showed the Keller's 16-year-old son walking out of the bedroom with the necklace in his hand. I should have felt relieved, but the officer's expression told me there was more. He leaned forward and said, "When we showed this to the parents, they didn't seem surprised. They said they already knew their son took it." My mom looked confused and asked, "Then why in the world would they accuse my daughter?" The officer pulled out one more document and said, "Because we found the insurance claim they filed 2 days ago. Theft by a family member isn't covered, but theft by a household employee is. They were planning to collect $15,000 and let your daughter take the fall." My mom stood up so fast her chair scraped against the floor, and she looked like she wanted to drive back to that house and burn it down. The officer said, "There's one more thing. When we searched the son's room, we found out he sold that necklace 3 weeks ago to cover gambling debts. The parents have been bailing him out for months, and when this debt got too big, they decided your daughter was easier to sacrifice than their son." He closed the folder and finally looked at me. "You're not being charged with anything. The Kellers are being arrested this afternoon for insurance fraud and filing a false police report."